Big shouts, and welcome one and all to the Pattern Room. It's all about Cop Talk. We are back. We're here each and every Thursday, as we do at 10 o'clock. Yes, as we do, people's night. Yeah, nice to see some new faces. You know what I mean? About the place, new faces. I must say, good evening and welcome, Creds. You know what I mean? Breaking his virginity today, first time on the show, but I'm sure it won't be his last. Nice to have you on, sir.
Yeah. Good to be on.
Yeah, man, it's been a long time, gentlemen. You don't know how much times I've sent this guy a message and that. But this guy's got to be the busiest man in the world. I tell you, bro. And if he's not busy doing something here, he's flipping in the States. He's flipping in the Caribbean somewhere.
Yeah,
Jeez, I tell you.
Yeah, nah, man. It's about time, man. It's about time. Yeah, man.
Yeah, man. It's about time.
Listening in, and then yeah, time to go.
And we got another new face. This guy called Preds.
No jokes tonight, man. No jokes tonight. Hello, everybody.
Listen, you got to laugh or you'll cry, bro. Got to laugh or you'll cry. Do you know what I mean? Seriously.
I know.
Hey, boy, them man and they make their money already, so you can't take it to heart, bro.
Mm-hmm. I can't help it, though, man. I can't help it, man. But evening, everybody. It's been a long time. I've been away. It's great to be back.
Lovely. Good to have you back, my brother. Good to have you back. Dr. Blake, I tell you, my rock, man. Dr. Blake's always here, mate. He's always here. I have to give him a little push sometimes. The way you at, bro, but he's here, man. He's here.
Apologies. Well, what to say, agents? What to say? It's just one of them days, isn't it, man? I have to play 1 2 Sizzler in a minute, and I think it might be like a dry cry moment still because man.
I hear you. Big shout to CW in the chat room already. Started CW. I see you. Don't worry. I will get to your comments shortly. But first, we are going to address, gentlemen, is Liverpool versus Crystal Palace on the weekend. A chance to keep up the pressure on City and Arsenal. Home game. You would really say it's a bit of a banker, really. Supposed to be. You know what I mean? Palace have not been in great form. I think that's the new manager's second win since he's come in. First one was, the honeymoon period, your first game.
Yeah.
They beat Bournemouth, which is, fair enough. And then they ain't won a game since, and then they flipping come to Anfield. And we need the point, boys. What's come on, man? Talk to me, man. What's going on?
And I think just to add as well, the guys had injuries to key players, so Decore, who we were linked to start the season, I think he's done his Achilles. Yeah. And then obviously Guehi as well is out as well. So he's playing a makeshift back line. I think 2 of those 3 centre backs, I think one's a midfielder, one's a fullback. So yeah.
Was it Lerma?
Yeah.
Lerma they played
as a midfielder. Yeah, man. It's just like
All right then. So against Crystal Palace, what would you reckon that the guys are tired and the squad should be rotated more?
Boy, I mean, me personally, I just think since that Man United exit, it's kind of gone flat. It's gone downhill. It's like people have, the players have run out of ideas, don't know what's going on. Yeah, you've got a couple of players that have been rotated or whatever, but when I know it weren't that game, but when Gakpo is one of your best players on the pitch, I mean, I think there's issues, I mean, so I don't know.
Okay, Preds, players need to be rotated more, do you think, or are they just tired, or?
I think they probably had the stuffing knocked out of them in the Man United Cup game. We haven't recovered sufficiently. And it won't harm. I don't think it's a harm now to rotate players. But then again, I think we was down to down to the bare bones, really, weren't we? We had players coming back. Well, not against Palace, but I mean, we had players coming back. Like Josh is coming back. That was his first. That was his first time, if I'm right in saying that he made an appearance.
Yeah. Trent come back.
I mean, lots. A few players are just not firing on all cylinders at the moment when we actually need them to. And I think like they've had enough rest. I mean, that we've not long come back from international duty, and everyone's had a bit of a rest. I just think that we were ineffective in front of goal.
Once again. I got a stat. Don't worry, we'll be talking about that a bit later. I got some stats on that as well. That it's quite shocking and quite damning to see, actually. Doctor,
I think we were tired, and it's not to make an excuse for the players, but I just think going for 4 trophies, like we saw what happened 2 seasons ago. I just think it takes it out of the players, and it's not even the added games. It's what then the added games then means to the fixture list. The fact then that you've got games when other teams like would be having a weekend off, or you don't have as much training time, or I think it just like congests the actual fixtures too much. And I think on top of that, we've got a style of play that is demanding on the players. Yes, our average distances might be the same as other teams, so say like Man City, but the amount of jeopardy in our games, the amount of high sprints, the amount that they're having to claw back leads, it's like every game's an effort. And I just think it's kind of caught these guys up a little bit, man. And I think, as Preds was kind of mentioned earlier about the injuries, I think we're in a situation where we've got some players who have just played way too much minutes. Then we've got other players who are undercooked because they've been injured. And I think we've got very few players who feels like are in that kind of sweet spot of having form and still having a bit of energy in them. So, yeah.
But this is what I talk about when I say about rotating the players. And what I mean is with that, I'm going to delve a bit deeper into that as well. I'm not just talking about like bringing on like dropping someone for your Harvey Elliott. I'm talking about the same youngsters who played in the cup final. These boys, like we've spoken about, they are young and hungry and they want to impress. They're young. They haven't played as much football. They got bags of energy and will run all day and then some. Why can't they be given minutes to give some of these guys a breather? Now, when's the last time Van Dijk's had a rest?
He hasn't.
He's changed everybody alongside him.
But
He's played Kwanzaa's. Van Dijk hasn't had a break.
Mm. Yeah, but there's
it's looking like Matt 10's not going to get a break. He plays every single minute.
Yeah, listen, bro, I agree, man. And I just think I was always curious what Klopp was going to do with the kids once the first team has started to come back. And I think in many ways, some of his decision making has been a bit disappointing. I can't lie. And I hate to cuss Klopp, but I just think to myself, it's all well and good picking these guys when you've got no option. But now you've got the option. Now what are you doing with them? And I just think they would have contributed because I was saying this to a few fans of late. I don't know how good these youngsters are going to be. I don't know what their level is now. I don't know if they're going to be in League 2, League 1, Premier League, Real Madrid bust. Who knows? All I know is right now they've shown a mentality and they've got that youthful zest where they're able to perform right now. It might not last for 6 months or a year, but right now they can perform. So you've got to play these guys. There's no point bringing on Jayden Danns with 10 minutes to go. And then you can see straight away his touch is sharp and he's linking it. It's just like we needed Jayden Danns when these guys are missing 600 chances, man. Anyway, we're going to come to that in a bit. But
thank you. No,
I think where Klopp's concerned, I think, and a lot of managers at this time of the season, they're looking for continuity. They're looking for that momentum. And if you don't get momentum by chopping and changing, I hear what you're saying. I agree with maybe we should involve some of the young lads, but then if some of your senior players ain't on form, to then stick young lads in on top of that, and the team's not in great form, are we asking a little bit too much of the kids to kind of come in and say, right, get us out of this hole, when we've got senior players who should be playing far better than what they're doing at the moment, not performing?
Yeah, but they're not performing. That's the problem. They're not performing. That's the thing.
Yeah, that's what I mean. But
try something else.
Yeah, but then it's like maybe it might be a case of like we don't want to hang the kids out to dry when we're not playing particularly well. If we're playing well and we're on the crest of a wave, I can understand the kids being involved. When we're not playing so well, maybe it's a little bit too much of a risk to put kids in there. Look, I'm just playing devil's advocate here and saying,
I know what you're saying. I know what you're saying.
Yeah.
You start youngsters and we don't lose, then you know what I mean. You
Don't
know,
wanna
negative press.
and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, negative press. Okay, so a way around that would be then okay. So Nunes is missing 50 million chances. You take him off, and you give the youngster You give the youngster like half an hour or something like that.
Yeah.
You make those kind of changes.
Put them
down.
Yeah.
We just look. We just look power. We literally look powder puff. Like we look so ineffective, and we don't look like we actually attack it. We're attacking with intent. It's just that final, like in the final third, and that time when we need that moment of grace and that little bit of quality and that calmness.
We need a Bobby Firmino.
Yeah. And that's something that we're missing at the moment. Nunes, I think Nunes is great when he doesn't have to think about it, but when he has to think about it, he hasn't got that finesse. He hasn't got that composure at the moment. Jota's just coming back, which it's going to take a period of time for him to get his legs going again. And then Salah, I've got to be honest, the jury's out for me. I'm like, I don't know what. Yeah. I don't know what's going on with the dude. Like, I don't know. Sometimes it looks like he's just not in it. He's just waiting for it to say goodbye and see you later.
Yeah, well, I don't mind, man. Just cash in.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'd cash in, man. Let this be his last season, as far as I'm concerned, man. Cash in.
I mean, another thing as well. Our wage bill is ridiculously high, Like, our wage bill is still high. Like, I don't understand, because I think to myself, how is our wage bill above Arsenal's? I think we're like 6th highest in the world or something. Okay, obviously, like the Premier League does have higher wages, but I think we're like 3rd in the Premier League. And I think to myself, like, okay, fair enough, this season, we have got quite a lot of depth this season, but I just think, I don't know, man. Like, when I think about the amount of wages that these guys getting paid and then the quality that I'm seeing on the pitch, it's not adding up for me. It's just not adding up. It's not. Then I think to the fact that if it was that to Klopp, we would have had Fabinho 200 grand, Henderson 200 grand, Milner 150, all there this season again. It's almost just like, like the value for money versus quality. I'm just not seeing it, man. Just not seeing it.
The CW says that the Crystal Palace performance was like we couldn't score at Blackpool Amusements. Very, very true. And I do see your other comments, but them comments pertain to the game tonight, which we will get to after discussing the Palace game. Yeah, so Crystal, don't worry, we will get to that. You just know what Chris just said. I was just going to say, like, on the Palace one, and I'm sure we're going to come to it. I thought what was really concerning was that they had actual more quality than us. Forget energy and tactics and that. Like, I'm watching Elise and I'm watching Eze, and I'm saying, like, these guys are showing a technical mastery of the football that my team aren't showing. Like, I don't understand. I just don't understand what I'm seeing. And you could see it just came natural. I just don't understand what I'm seeing. Like, yeah. Here comes the Salah troll. Salah troll is here again, mate. Salah was shit like always. Let's sell him in the summer, please. I'm surprised you even saying to wait till the summer. Hey, surprised you didn't say sell him right now. Okay. Yeah, creds. This is our Salah troll, by the way, man. Every week, man.
I see. Yeah. I mean, look, bringing it on himself, innit? You know what I mean? Like,
no,
at the moment, he's just, all right, you're scoring penalties and so on. But when it comes to when we need that quality that you used to bring, at the moment, it's just not happening. It's not there. No, it's not there. That 100% it's not there, man. And it's like we're carrying someone. You can't afford to be carrying someone when you're going for championships and all that. And you know what I mean? It's not on. It's not on. Everybody has to be putting their weight, and he's not. For me, he's not. Question on the Salah one, because I was having this debate, I think last week maybe.
on the basis that he's earning a lot more money than the rest of the other players, should he be held then to a higher standard than the rest of them? So if Nunes is missing chances and Salah's missing chances, should we be holding like Salah like to a higher standard, as essentially you are getting paid the most money, or should they just all be seen as the same? See, that's my energy.
No, 100%.
100%.
100%.
Yeah, you know, like okay, but people don't like to talk about the money. But listen, you knock on the door. You and your agent knock on the door. You want to get what you feel you deserve to be paid. So if you're getting that sort of money, now I've got to be honest, the responsibility is on your shoulders to be pulling up trees.
Damn right.
Yeah.
Damn right. Damn right. And the funny thing is, he's having a bad one, and he's still probably our top scorer.
Yeah, but the thing is, it's like his all-round game is just like, I'm sitting back and thinking, what the hell? Like, he's making some mad, rash decisions on the ball, off the ball. Off the ball, he's non-existent.
He's non-existent.
And then on the ball, like some of his decision making on the ball, it's like, and then like, I know players are human beings. I'm completely aware of that. And players go through periods where they're in form, they're off form. But like, listen, you're getting paid a lot of money. He's been goal scoring for the last few years. You've knocked on the door. You've got what you wanted. You won the power battle between him and Mane, in effect. So now you need to be pulling up. Yeah, you need to be
deliver, man. You need to deliver.
Yeah.
Seriously. Gents, once again, man, why do we always give away goals? What is it? Why are we conceding like this, man? What is going on?
It was like,
I
was just going to say, it was like obviously we had the Atalanta game beforehand where you're finding their strikers free in the box, like with shots. I'm like, okay, all right, anomaly. Next game, exact same thing. And it's like, what's going on? Like, who's tracking? It's like we switched off, and I'm just not understanding what's happening, who it is, whether it's the midfield, whether we can blame one or two of the defenders. But yes, it's just I don't know, something is switched off at the moment, and I'm not sure what's going to fix that.
Doctor,
I'm not going to lie. I think it's the coaching team. I think it's Klopp's, Pep Mendes. I think it's the coaches, because throughout the season, there's been numerous times. So it might be in the start of the year when Mac 10 was getting caught on the ball, and everyone was like, "Why is he playing the 6? Like he's getting caught on the ball." And I'm saying, but this is one of the most technically sound midfielders in the league. If he's getting caught on the ball, there's a reason. Like, something's not happening in front of him. Players aren't moving. Then, like, throughout the season, like we're getting counted early. So against Man U, and we're having to we're giving up early chances, 30 seconds. It could be against Sheffield United, early chances. I think to myself, if I compare our defenders, I think they stack up against any team in the Premier League. Individually, I think they stack up against anyone about. But yet we're so open defensively, which leads me to think that it's not the quality of the actual defenders, it's the actual team defending. And so for me, then, like, it has to be on the coaching stuff. Why are we getting counted after 60 seconds? Why is Keller having to do world-class saves and his head's getting kicked in? Because I just don't understand. I don't see City and Arsenal having these chances. Why are we always a goal behind? And I think to myself, at some point, the coaching team have got to put their hands up and say, sort it out, because it's like these constant same patterns. And it's not that the team aren't up for it, because we're always coming back and we're able to shut up. But it's almost just like, if it's our defensive setup, how we're trying to play through the lines. And I think it's where that, today, obviously we'll come to it today. It's almost just like, sometimes I think that the actual plan that the players are trying to execute isn't that good.
But then maybe there's only so much coaching team can do. They can prepare a team. They can look at the team, and they can have team meetings. We can go and do patterns of play, and you go on a training field and you can do that. But ultimately, when they cross the white line, it's the player's responsibility. It's the player's responsibility to make sure that if we've got a game plan, we make sure that we endeavour to do the game plan. Now, in some cases, and it's been going on in the last few games, defensively, as a team, we're not working as hard defensively. However, if we're getting umpteen chances, at some point the pressure's going to break. At some point we're going to concede, because goals change games. And if we take the chances that we are presented, that we create early in games, and we are clinical, and it changes the dynamic of the game.
100%. 100%.
So
it breaks you have a team spirit.
Yeah,
especially if you come away like you're at Anfield and they go like early doors, they go 2-0 up, maybe 3-0 up. You're broken. You're broken. What you start doing is try to keep the score down.
Yeah.
But if you keep missing chances, you're not giving them hope. You know what? If we nick one, we could be in this. All it takes is a corner kick, a set beat, and we could be in this. And you start to give a team hope and belief.
Yes. I saw this stat, and it was based on the first 10 minutes of games. So in the first 10 minutes of games, Arsenal's goal difference is +6, City's is +5, ours is -5.
Yeah.
But if you, I bet you in a minute, I haven't. That's amazing stats, Dr. Blake, and I wonder what the stats were like in regards to the attempts on goal in that same period. And if I reckon that our attempts on goal was much higher. However, in regards to the end product, we're minus.
Yeah,
it's true. Yeah, it could be the quality of the actual play, but I don't know. I think I'm at a point where I'm saying, for me personally, world class at coaching a particular style of football. I think the style of football that we are now trying to adopt, I'm not necessarily sure that is optimal for Klopp's style of coaching. And I just wonder if our actual game plans, patterns of play are actually as good as what they should be, because I just see that this constant tippy-tappy football, which is fine if that's what you're good at, but I don't know. I'm at a loss, because I just don't understand that. I just think like we've got really good players, but it's just not happening, Pred. Like,
but you got to remember, like, if we have a game plan, and when we concede, that game plan goes out the window, because all of a sudden now we're chasing the game. We're now having to, be on the front foot a lot more, create. Well, we're going to be risking a lot more going forward, which is going to leave gaps. And we're just simply at the moment not disciplined enough to say, right, okay, we're going to, that old saying, if we keep a clean sheet, we'll win the game. That's not happening at the moment.
No chance. No. It's definitely not. And that's one of the biggest issues that we have, man, for me, is keeping clean sheets as well. Because we can't keep relying, like I've said before, on this comeback thing. It's going to run out. So at least if you're keeping a clean sheet, you give yourself a chance. And you know what? So said, so done. So said, so done, man. Trust me. Anyway, all right.
And even on that one, though, right?
That's a few players.
Like, sorry, just going to say, okay, obviously Kwanzaa made the mistake against Man U, but I think a lot of our best performers this season have been like the actual defenders. Kwanzaa, Joe Gomez, Bradley, Virgil's been back to levels. Okay, like Kanate's been struggling a bit since he's come back from the recent injury, but he's been very good. So you can't even really look at it and say that individual defenders have struggled. And I think this is where I'm concerned. I feel like the actual defenders have played well. So for me, that it's more than just them.
Yeah, I hear that. Okay, gonna send a massive shout out to the Amateur Football Podcast.
I'm logging off, man. I'm logging off. I can't do this to me today, innit?
I know Therese has got to be winding us up, bro. I know he has got to be winding us up, man. Man said I'm missing head though, Pete's sakes, bro.
Do you know how much?
Big
Do you know
shout
how
out
much I'm
to
holding it down?
Ravi said that we are like Jaffers this few weeks, seedless, and we look frightened to grab the game. Very true. Nice for you to join us, Ravi. Do remember, people's like, share, and subscribe. All right, gentlemen. So we are just going to quickly talk about a few players from that Palace game before we move on to Atlanta. And the first player I want to talk about, obviously, and I think I'm going to have to start with Dr. Blake because otherwise there'll be a fight. It's Darwin Núñez. I know Dr. Scott South.
Yeah. Do you know, the worst thing is, like, you know, I so want this guy to do well in it. He super just embodies everything that a fan would want in it. Like, he fights for the shirt. He gets he gives it everything, in it. But I watch the guy playing. I just think garbage. I watch him. I just think this guy's garbage. Like, and I feel bad saying that, but I just think it's not even that. It's not even Darwin's fault, in it. And I think this goes back for me to the structural issues that have been at play at the club for a while. We had our set play of playing 4-3-3, false nine, like we all know the rest. We decided to go a different approach. Klopp's clearly now put his I guess influence on the club in terms of this is what I want. So then we go to this new system, goal scoring number 9, stretch and play. Last season we saw it was an absolute write-off. We were more open than Katie Price. It was awful. Then have to then sign a false 9 in Cody to then try and congest the play. Going back to the point Prez made earlier about playing the young players too much. We then played Bajcetic and broke him because we played this youth. No first 2 minutes. He plays, 10 games straight. He's still injured now. So last season, just crazy reactive. I think to myself, all right, cool. Klopp, this is on you. Like, you made these decisions. This is our record signing. If it all goes well, he's going to cost £85 million. I can't blame the guy if he can't finish his dinner because realistically, this is who you are. So the fact is, we have created a system that is based on our number 9 getting the most chances and therefore scoring the goals. And he's just not up to it as a goal scorer. So the thing is, I can't blame Darwin for being garbage, but I can blame management for signing him. So for me, it's on Klopp.
Okay. Creds, Darwin Núñez against Crystal Palace.
Well, I mean, it was just that miss, right? I was just like, he's just gone backwards. Like, obviously, you know, he had been scoring. He had that scoring run. You know, he had that nice lob a couple of weeks ago with nice. It looked like he was, you know, getting his thoughts together. You know, he was kind of slowing down. But yeah, when he did that, I was like, yeah, he's just gone back to whatever. Well, as you say, Dr. Blake, like garbage that he was. You know, it was. I just didn't understand it. So from then, obviously, yeah, he's running around a bit like headless chicken and all that kind of thing. Touches weren't there. Again, I'm with you guys in terms of, yeah, you want him to do well. I've been wanting to support him so much, but yeah, I think from that game, and obviously we'll talk about tonight's game. Even it was a little cameo, but boy, we need someone that can do the business, man. Someone get Isak, you know what I mean, sign that checkbook or something. You know what I mean?
Preds.
Well, with Darwin, with Darwin, right, I'm kind of one of those guys that hold a grudge. And I'm holding a grudge from the Man United FA Cup game when my man comes so deep and let go of the ball. And then since then, you know what? I want to support him, but I'm still holding the grudge. He hasn't done enough for me to take that grudge away. And the way that he's performing and not performing in front of goal, it's nothing short of scandalous. Nothing short of scandalous. Like, we can't say, yeah, I can. Like Mr. B was saying, Dr. Blake was talking about the management. Yeah, the management's gone out and bought him, but this guy he's international, Uruguayan international. He's played at Benfica. He's played at he's played in Europe. He knows. Like it's not like we've bought someone raw. Well, he is raw, but we've not bought someone who hasn't performed at the highest stage. He has done. He performed against Liverpool, but there's the chances, the things that he's missing. I'm going like Roy Keane. I'm thinking that he's actually playing like a League Two player. Like he's a striker who wouldn't look out of place at League Two. He's just his head. There's no composure. I can't see any kind of structure to his game. And yes, I'm being quite brutal, but you know what? This is a brutal game. And when you come to a big side like Liverpool with the big tag that you've got, then the price tag, you've got to perform. And I've backed this guy all the way since he's been there, saying, "Look, don't worry, he's going to come good. He's going to come good." Listen, he's been getting regular starts. He should be in his momentum. He should have momentum. He should now have that composure, getting used to the Premiership, run, hustle and bustle.
Yo, Preds for president blows me.
Yeah,
Preds for fucking president.
The truth must come out at some point.
Preds. That was spot on, man. I ain't gonna lie, that was spot on. Nail on, 100%, 100%. Ravi says we never start the games well and quicker. We chase the games like Wiley Carey chasing Roadrunner. Shocking. We look burnt out from going ham all season. We don't talk about ham on this show, by the way, yeah.
Tell him again.
Yeah, remember that. I like Gakpo, Darwin, Diaz, but how long can we as fans say, it will come good for them? As Prez was just saying, for real. We shouldn't be signing players on hype. Look at Carvalho. Where is he now? Lucky Stoney's not on, mate. I tell ya. Darwin is toilet. He's a fraud. Jeez. He's getting roasted in here.
And you know what the thing is like see with the Darwin thing, I think we've all adjusted our expectations of him because I think like we all want to see him do well, and I think we've all accepted that. Okay, cool. His all-round game has improved leaps and bounds, hold up play, link up play. He's never going to be clinical, but he's showing enough to say that we can still do something with him. So I think naturally we've held him to a lower standard, like based on his finishing. But the finishing it's almost like he's playing for the other team. Like, and what is concerning now is, and I think we'll probably all agree with this, there's no chance that he can get where you feel confident that he's going to score.
I'm telling you.
You actually don't know when it's going to happen, right?
Yeah.
Like one-on-one, open goal.
Even the volley that he hit inside the box, he cracked it straight at Henderson.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Cracked it. I thought, when I see it fall to him, and I see him strike this to me, yes, here we go. I was just like, oh my days. Like, this guy's just not going to score, man. He's just not going to score. It's not going to happen.
Like, and I think this is where, because he must have the same thought process, and even that, going back a second, that goal he scored against Brentford, with that chip, and everyone, he's waxing lyrical. I remember Owen came out and he was quite critical, and so many LFC fans were critical of Owen. Owen's a hater, and I understand like the Owen issues, like the way he left us, played for Man U, etc. I get it, but I thought me personally, I thought what Owen said was sound advice.
Yeah,
sound advice. Now, like I'm in WhatsApp groups and people are calling Owen basic, and what does Owen know is basic for? I'm thinking, wow, well, Owen won a Ballon d'Or, but fair enough, he's basic, right? But it is what it is. But then you see it again, isn't it? Like he said, your finishing should be about percentages. How often are you going to scoop the ball over the defender, trying that chip? And then we see it like he did it last week, and it's gone like the wrong way. And that's what I'm saying. Like, someone needs to coach this youth. And if he can't be coached, either sell him or play him right back and turn him into like a Dirk Kuyt kind of bombing, powerful winger, or do. But he can't be through the middle, missing chances.
No. He can't be through the middle. No chance. Not for me. Not for me.
Because
All right,
right
so
now,
we're
the guys are killing my carnival diet. I'm telling you.
gentlemen. We're going to move on, and the next player we're going to discuss quickly, gents, is Endo against Palace. Preds, we'll start with you, Preds.
Preds, okay. Endo. I think it's just I don't know, man. Like maybe he's been a bit exposed because of the line, the defensive line, the space between the defensive line and the forward line is so big and so stretched that he's actually doing a lot of doggies and doing a lot of people's work, which for me is a bit of unfortunate because when we were a little bit tighter, he was our most effective player. So in regards to that show, that kind of shows the impact that at the moment our play at the moment is quite expansive and quite wide, which then exposes him a little bit. And then when he's exposed, he's doing a lot more running. And then when he's doing a lot more running, it seems like on the ball, he's not as effective as he used to be. Why? Maybe in front of him, his best pass at the moment is going sideways or going backwards.
Yeah.
I'd agree. Creds?
Yeah. And yeah, just add on to that, which obviously it wasn't really the case, a few weeks, he was getting balls in front when he could, popping some balls to the forwards. He's just doing a lot of work where I guess because we are that expansive and, that game plan's being thrown out the window, he's running all over the place and he's going to get tired himself, He is the Hendo that, whoever was suggesting they're missing him, he is that guy. But if we're relying on him to be doing all of that every time, there's a little bit of a problem.
Yeah. All right, Doctor. Sharpish. Let's move on.
Endo. Started the season slowly, then picked up, and I thought hit some really good form. And he's dropped off like a cliff. To be fair, maybe he's not fully fit. I know he missed the games. Maybe he's been carrying a knock or something like that. But he's another player who I've got a lot of respect for him, and I super like what he represents. But I just go back to last summer and the mismanagement of the transfer window, and I just think, if you've got 110 million pounds to break the British transfer record, then you end up signing a 31-year-old. Like, well, what do you expect?
True that, man. I hear that. Okay, gentlemen. We will move on swiftly now to tonight's game.
They chips, Brents. I was gonna say, Artie, he's been to McDee's again, like a French fry, innit?
I hope you know a good dentist, mate.
Yeah, I've got my forces in the bathroom. Don't worry about that.
Okay. Nash is by the side of the bed, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
In the old glass.
Glass. All right, so we're going to swiftly move on to Atalanta versus Liverpool tonight. 3-0 deficit. Got an early strike by Mo from a penalty. Thought we had a bit of hope, gentlemen. How did you see it? Let's start with Preds. How did you see it?
I mean, I only caught the second half, so I saw the scoreline. I was like, all right, cool. Yeah, got back, sat down, watched the second half, and I was like, how did we score in the first? I was like, I don't know how we scored in the first.
Because we got a penalty. That's why.
Again, just their game plan marked us out the game. We didn't do anything different. It was kind of speaking just before got on live. Could have gone more direct over the top, but we kept trying to come out the back and they just kept stopping us. And you're going to do the same thing. It's not really going to work, is it? You know what I mean? So I was expecting us to win, but I didn't think we was going to actually come back. But there you go.
Okay. Doctor, what did you think of the lineup for today's game?
Yeah, I thought it was all right, but then I thought the lineup for the last game was fine as well. I think I'm at a point where I don't know what a good or bad lineup for us is right now, if I'm being real with you. I just think it's so hard to predict what the players are going to do. Creds, I guess, is just to say, first half, I thought we actually did a lot better. Created, not a lot of chances, but a couple of opportunities. Mo missed an absolute set. I guess we'll come to that in a bit. But I just think half time tactically, they've done a number on us. And I guess the frustrating thing is this brother's been there for quite a while, and he's been playing that same system like for years. So when we gave them 5 the last time away from home, he was playing that same system. But for some bizarre reason, tactically, they kind of dominated us. And you hate to say it, but like we just couldn't play our game. And yeah, I just think sometimes you have to say well done to the opposition. And they kind of exposed us a little bit today still.
Okay. So before I get to you, Preds, Andy says no plan at the second half. Okay. He also says, let's not forget Salah. He's been average too and very poor tonight. Mo Salah's problem. Watching Liverpool is so frustrating. Preds, what did you think of the lineup for today's game? Dropping Darwin and bringing in Gakpo, and how did you see us? What did you think of tonight?
Well, I gotta be honest, Gakpo's not on my Christmas card list at any point at the moment. And in all fairness, it's a rare occasion that you go to Italy and you score more than 4. You can score 4 goals. Like I know we do. I know Dr. Blake just mentioned about us going to Atlanta a few years ago, and scoring 5, but that's a rarity. Damage was done at Anfield. You don't lose at Anfield by 3 goals to 0. You can't. It can't happen. It shouldn't happen. And to go away and then start with Gakpo. No, look, I've got to be honest. Gakpo, Darwin, either way, still not good enough. They're not good enough.
Garbage, recycled garbage.
Yeah, exactly. Garbage for worse garbage. And for us to be to go to Atalanta and having to score 4 goals and having that lineup was it was almost like we resigned to losing. We were resigned to lose.
Yeah.
It gave me no hope. It didn't give me no spirit, no nothing.
I hear that. But all right then. No, I won't talk about that now actually, because we are going to talk about him a bit later.
Actually, just one point on that, lads, and to you as well, Artie. Maybe it's because we are looking a bit tired, but for me, it felt like they dominated us physically. Like they seemed bigger, stronger, quicker than us.
They did. They was very aggressive, man.
Yeah.
And I'm saying, how are we getting bullied up on the pitch? Like what's going on?
Yeah.
Like,
no, they did. It's a fact. Commentators were mentioning everything. For real. It's true. It's a fact. They did. They bullied us up, man. They bullied us up.
Sure.
Yeah, they knew. Like you said, listen, like we said, the damage was done in the first leg, man. And that was it. Is a arcs too far. So with that in mind, damage is done in the first leg. Do you not then just like go out there and give everybody else a rest then and think about, you know what, let's come back and let's just give the league all we've got? Because realistically, like you said, we go out there to looking to get 4 goals. It's a big ask, man. So rest the boys. You know what I mean? Rest, especially like Matt 10, he needs a break. Rest VVD, rest them kind of guys, and then give them others a run out, man. Because you know what, we're still in with a shout with the league.
But then I guess if he had done that, then yeah, we lose or whatever, and then obviously he gets stick for putting out a weaker side, which I get. But I think if you look at, I guess what we're saying in terms of, we got dominated physically and all that. I guess in the back of the players' minds, after a certain time, they're like, well, this ain't looking too great. Like there was that sprint they got that break in the second half on the right hand side. Mac 10 was tracking back.
Yeah, yeah.
He is up with him, and he was like, "Yeah, let me just slow down." VVD's on the side. Yeah, let me just take my time and just, kind of walk back. They were kind of resigned to, what I mean, let me not kill myself right now.
Salah was doing that from the first half.
Oh, damn. Okay.
I saw Salah do it in the first half. Seriously,
Bro.
and that's a problem for me, especially on the side where you're playing on the same side as Trent. We know what Trent can be like defensively, and then boy, if you're letting players run past you, and you looked, he watched him go like this, and stood there. He was in the same spot, but the player went about 30 yards, and he stood in the same spot. I just all he did was his head just went and watched the player run. So that was in the first half.
Yeah. So their mind's already there, innit? So. Yeah, and on that, we're obviously relying on other results, for the league. So, I don't know. This is not probably the best way to let Klopp leave. They've obviously forgotten about that. But yeah, they're probably burnt out, man.
I ain't gonna lie, that moment that Creds mentioned, that was hard for me to watch that. I'm watching Zappacosta doing up like he's Luis Figo on the right wing, like skinning, man. The flick around Robbo, rolls out Mac 10, and I'm saying to myself, okay, all right, cool.
Robbo sold himself.
I know all pros have got a certain level that they can hit, but this is Zappacosta, and he's taking our team for crumbs. And I'm saying to myself, hold on a minute.
Yeah,
like the thing is, they only had one thing to do to put things on an even kill. They had to be physical, because it seems like we can't do both sides of the. At this moment in time, it seems like we can't do both sides of the coin. We can't mix it and be physical. And at the moment, we're trying to be all tippy tappy and technical, and it's simply not working. So it looks like we're in a catch-22. We can't fight, but we're not good enough to play.
Yeah.
All right, I'll be honest with you, gents. Right? Something that I really analysed today, and I thought as much I was going to see it, and I was going to be like, this is what's going to piss me off. So, fair enough, you didn't see the first half, but first half, we was all over them and we was on stuff. We was going at them, and I mean proper, like trying to go at them, putting the pressure on. And in all the other games that we play this season, we have, like we've spoken about before, we mentioned it last week as well again, we have all this possession, but it's not dangerous possession. Keepers are not making worldies and all that.
Yeah.
Today, not saying the keeper was making worldies, but we were in their box and we were causing problems up front. They were shook and having to kick the ball clear and whatever. They were doing what they had to do to defend because we were 3-0 down. Why do we not start games like that at 0-0? Rather than we play this game where we are so slow and pedestrian, it's too easy to play to defend against.
Yeah.
It's way too easy to defend against.
We had this issue last year.
Across to Konate, out to Robbo. Then it goes into midfield, then it comes back again to Van Dijk. Back.
Yeah, we had this we had this issue last year when we were trying to pick through teams and trying to pass through teams, and teams all they just sat in a low press. They sat back and they waited for us to then give turnover possession, and then they hit us on the break. And it's continually happening at the moment. Then it changed, because then long part of the season we've been back to our hustle and bustle and our club football, like going and pressing and not giving teams time to settle, and breaking teams down. We simply haven't got that player or players. Maybe Mac 10 at a point, but if he's not on it, there's no one else out there who can actually slip a ball through and break the lines with a ball like that. And it seems like we've gone back to old habits of pass, 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 pass. And it's almost like we're crabs going from side to side.
It is crab
forward,
football.
crab football.
But it's pass, 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 and you're not going nowhere. That's the
But
problem.
then the other scale of it, the other side of the coin is when it goes forward, it doesn't stay up there.
That's because of Darwin Núñez. He's falling over and also looking. He's looking
And
like
Mo,
he's looking
to
like
that point, and Mo can be added to that point because
he's looking like Krusty the Clown.
85 million pounds.
He looks so poor. It's unbelievable. It's laughable.
85 million.
And the worst
thing is, there was a stat going around that Liverpool fans were actually sharing, saying that Darwin Núñez was all round the best striker in the league, and Darwin, I'd rather have Núñez than Haaland. And I was thinking to myself, okay,
stop.
I'm not trying to hate on our own, but thinking to myself, are you guys just deluded, or are you guys just getting like I'm struggling here, and I'm like, what are you not seeing that I'm not seeing? That this is even a question. You'd rather have Haaland, you'd rather have Núñez than Haaland. Darwin Núñez is the best striker in the league.
No, they're smoking something, bro.
Jesus Christ.
They're smoking something.
It's just like, where does this come from, innit? I don't understand it. What I would say, though, on the point that Pred's made, I think we got quality when it comes to ball playing. And I think Szoboszlai's got that line-breaking pass. And I think Trent's, like I've said before, I think Trent's like one of the best players in the world. Like, forget fullbacks. I think he's in terms of passing and distribution. And I think this is what I was saying earlier on. I don't think this style of football, like Klopp's, is suited for it. Like I don't think this is the style of football that Klopp's natural tactics or the way he naturally sees the game. Like, I don't think he is the best in class at setting teams up to play this style of football. I think what Klopp's great at is what we saw him doing, like more faster tempo, rock and roll, quicker tempo through the line. But this whole patient build-up, I don't think he's good at it. Okay, he's good at it, but I don't think he's world-class at it. I think he's world-class at a certain style of football.
Yeah.
And I just think this is, in my opinion, this is Pep Linda's imprint, which is fine because, like, assistant managers do have an influence over tactics. But I just think a lot of our issues are the fact that I just don't think management are suited to coaching this style of football, in my humble opinion.
No, I'd say the same, for real. I don't believe so. And I notice it, but like I said, it's just pedestrian, it's slow. Like I said last week, you give Arsenal and Man City that amount of possession, and they're creating a bag of chances and the keeper's getting worked. That's the difference. Whereas we don't. So stats can be very deceiving because they'll say, boy, you lot had 70% possession or 80% possession, but where? Van Dijk and Konate had most of that.
Yeah.
Understand? At the back half of our pitch or at the halfway line.
Or having 30 shots and there's like 3 good chances out of that 30 shots.
Thank you. We're going to get to that stat in a minute.
You can say is that okay? Cool.
Let me just read a few quickly. Ravi says, I'm not hopeful for the Fulham game. CW says we could do with a week off, no games during midweek. Only time we got a week off is starting after the 27th of April. Us getting bullied like that wouldn't happen if Hendo was on the pitch. Do you think some key players like Salah have one eye on an exit this summer and that is affecting their game?
Not for me.
The writing was on the wall when we signed Thiago.
But Thiago hasn't played. Like, yeah, it's one for one. Thiago hasn't played, and I can in some ways understand. You know, we've got to try in certain games try and play a different way. I.e., you know, tonight the only way we was going to do it was try to be methodical, try to be patient. But then if we haven't got that player,
no, I think you used the wrong key there. Not patient, positive.
Positive, yeah.
Positive.
Yeah, we need to be positive. But like I said, like there's only so much you can do if the ball goes forward and it doesn't stick.
No, you know what? It was staying a lot better than flipping when Darwin was on the pitch.
It was.
I'll tell you that much.
It was.
I'll tell you that much. All right, gentlemen, quickly. For those of you who saw it anyway, was that a red card for the handball? Instead of
I thought so, but I could see why it wasn't given, but for me it was a red card because obviously, like, there is a defender, but yes, he's covering the space, but I think you make the judgment that he's not gonna stop Diaz from shooting. Therefore, the handball has denied a goal scoring opportunity.
Was it? I'm gonna check that out. Was it by the goal? Was he like?
No. He was
That's mad deliberate as well.
Halfway in his own half, the ball's going through, and he's leant forward with his arm and stopped the ball. Whereas if he didn't stop it, the ball was going straight through to Diaz, and basically Diaz would have been in on goal to have a shot. He had a defender coming from the other side, but he would have been able to get the shot off in time.
Yeah,
the defender wouldn't be so, but the referee gave him a booking instead. Preds?
Yeah, it was like, as a Liverpool supporter, we'd want the red card. In the logs of the game, it was a yellow. Even though there was intent with his movement, with his arm, it was a deliberate handball. But again, if it was like that in the penalty box, he wouldn't have got sent off. He would have got a yellow card. There would have been a penalty. So anywhere else on the pitch, it would have been. It should have been the same result, where it would have been a yellow card.
The ball scoring opportunity. So letter of the you get a red card.
Yeah, but the thing is, he had a covering defender there as well.
He wasn't getting there. The defender wasn't getting there.
But this is my problem with refereeing at the moment, right? This assumptions that he weren't going to get. This is what I agree with you. Don't get me started on this, but I agree with you, right? But this is where they're coming along with saying, well, in actual fact, the defender was there, so he would have had a possibility of covering. Well, how do you know? Can you see through the future?
Trust me. If you look at the play, you can see that the defender wouldn't have made it. Diaz would have got the ball, would have played through to him, and he has a chance to have that shot on goal.
Yeah,
or the defender next to him. To be honest, the defender would have to literally foul him to stop him.
Yeah,
he would have to foul him.
But when they go to ask a ex-referee's opinion, and they go down the laws of the game and saying, well, in actual fact, yeah, it might have been deliberate, but however, it wasn't a goal-scoring opportunity. Well, hold on. You're saying it wasn't a goal-scoring opportunity, but you're making an assumption that the defender would have got round. Like, the inconsistency is nuts. So this is why I'm really like at a miss in regards to, if it's a deliberate handball and he's in front, and if he didn't handball it, it would have went through. Diaz would have had an opportunity for goal-scoring opportunity. But then the explanation and how they explain it, why it wasn't a red card, is mad. It's ludicrous, and it's doing my nothing.
Once again, okay, gentlemen, let's look at this now. This stuff I'm telling you about. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 players. So we're talking about Mo, Gakpo, Jota, Diaz, and Darwin. Big chances scored. Big chances missed. Mo Salah has had 15 big chances scored. He's had 15 big chances missed. And this is, by the way, this is before tonight, yeah? Gakpo has had 4 big chances scored. He's had 9 big chances missed. Jota has had 7 and 7. 7 scored, 7 missed. Diaz has had 6 big chances scored and 10 big chances missed. Darwin Núñez has had... Why has Proctor Blake closed his eyes?
Because I noticed that.
7 big chances scored, 32 missed.
Sorry. I think I might have a glitch on my system. Can you please repeat that last stat, please? 7 big chances scored, 32 big chances missed.
Yeah.
Sorry. Chaps.
He nearly makes up for all of theirs added together. Nearly.
Did he say 32?
32. And they're saying big chances. They're talking like one-on-ones.
Yeah,
that's the keeper to beat.
Yeah, they mentioned something like that in the match. What they say, he's like 20% in terms of goal conversion, compared to everyone else in the team.
And this is what I'm talking about last week when I'm saying you want to be talking about going back and winning Champions League and that. Is this the guy that you need in those crucial moments?
It's not.
You get your techie footballer like a Mac 10, and he does a little thing and slides you through. You know what I mean? There's minutes to go. With a chance you to get, and you got him on the ball, bro. I'm about pop down.
You know what? I'm gonna put a little smoke in there, right? If we can find out of that 32 missed chances, how many were they goalkeeping saves? Because I hear what you're saying, but we've got to kind of balance it all out. They weren't.
There's a stat for that actually, Fred. Still, and I have seen it. So it's what they call post XG. So it's almost like you've got the XG of the actual chance, and you've got the XG of the chance after you've taken the shot based on where you then put the shot. So with someone like Darwin's, the XG of his shot is higher than the chance, which does basically indicate that the keeper is making a good save. Like he's putting it to the left or to the right. So the keeper's having to make a good save with some of that. However, like just because you've had a decent effort, we're talking about the sharp end of world football when you're costing £85 million.
Yeah.
And we're talking about when the success of my carnival body is based on Liverpool, like doing smart things. I'm not having to eat chocolate and drink brandy because I'm having to comfort eat. Like, it's not working for me right now, isn't it? I'm watching the team and I'm then buying chocolates and I'm drinking brandy in it. Like,
you're eating salad.
Because, bro, the guy is doing nonsense. Like, it's like you're through on goal. There's no one there. It's just you and the goalkeeper. And you don't know what you're going to get, bruv. Like, anyway.
Would I be cruel? Would I be cruel if I compared him to Ronnie Rosenthal?
It's worse. It's worse, bro. Because Rosenthal was like a one-off. Darwin does this consistently. Like, there's no... And the worst thing is, all of his chances not all of them, but where he normally tends to score are like quick finishes, one-touch finishes, where he's not having to think about it. Obviously,
instinctive ones. Instinctive one, yeah.
But I just think it's great when you're going to turn and do a snap effort or the goal against Bournemouth and you're on the side and you're going to do a curler and like all these little long-range strikes that you might take, that good effort, some might score. That's all. But the team... But the team's success is not based on you taking off-the-cuff chances in it. The team's success is on creating patterns of play to create chances for our strikers to make certain runs to score goals. So the team have got no confidence that he's going to finish team moves because he just doesn't.
Yeah, no,
he just
100%.
doesn't. He just
100%.
doesn't.
100%.
Like, but again, it's on Klopp. I'm telling you, so it's just like this is Klopp.
So, gentlemen, before we quickly wrap up, let's just quickly speak about these players quickly. So, today, Gakpo, first player I want to speak about today. Got to start today. Yeah, go on, Prince. Go on. Go on. Now I want to hear it.
Gakpo.
I'm talking about today. Yeah, I'm talking about Atalanta, not all season. I'm just talking about today.
Dog poo today.
Fred's a snap. Fred's is like, I'm done with this. Forget patience. I need expectations.
Like this guy, for today, he's ineffective. He drops so deep and he's all tippy-tappy. There's no intensity in his play. There's no I can't see a picture in what he's doing. There's no end product. What's he out there for? What's he doing? He's meant to be a forward. He's doing everything to avoid being in between those two white posts. And when he does get beyond there, it's he must be taking the same pills as Darwin Núñez. Erratic. Can't shoot, can't shoot on target. You can't make a goalkeeper save.
That's the erratic oxygen.
Like what? We're playing with 10 men.
Okay,
that's me.
Gakpo today.
Or me? Yeah, like, I mean, I'm in agreement blatantly. I mean, he's not my favorite player at all. I find that is so. Darwin, he's someone that, you know, when he's got that time, you think that he just doesn't know what he wants to do. Yeah, he can't decide. So there's that. With Gakpo, it just takes him an age for him to decide what he wants to do. It's just every time he's just holding up the ball. There's no need. Get rid of it. You know what I mean? He's just, yeah, for me, he doesn't do much at all for me. He gets the odd goal and stuff, but against weaker teams. But yeah, he just doesn't do enough at all for me. And yeah, same today.
Doctor?
I thought he was okay today. They did like, yeah, I think first half especially linked up the play, dropped deep, I think he caused them problems tactically. Of course, though, and I think this is the issue, right? I think things have become so bad up top of late. Like, it's a real low bar for some of these players. So, yeah, I do actually think Cody's a good player. But again, I come down to the recruitment again, and I just think we need forwards to either be quick with the ball or quick up there. And I just don't think he's either of that consistently. I think he is more suited to a slower style of football where he can get the ball to feet and then you almost give him like a bit of a free roll and he makes things happen. So I just think, how suited is he to our style of football and what we need from our forwards to be good at? And I think this is the problem, because we look to like capture teams on these quick transitions, right? And it seems like he gets the ball and he just takes too long to work out what he's going to do, or he carries it and he doesn't release it.
Yeah.
And I just don't think he's particularly suited to what we need him to be good at. Hence, I go to that man. Recruit.
See Milk turn quicker.
You know what? Why can't we, as Doctor said, right? But why can't we get a player that is quick with the ball and also quick up here? You see, we said we need one with either to be quick down or quick up. Surely there must be players who can do both, bro. We're selling ourselves a bit short there. But Fred, I'm going to disagree with you, and I thought he was actually all right today, especially in the first half. It was one of his better performances today, and actually the ball stuck a bit more when it went forward with him, rather whereas Darwin just loses the ball. And Darwin just looks nonsensical. He just runs into dead end holes and just falls down, or you know what I mean. At least he had the ball, and you could see him trying to set up a man to beat him, and he was actually finding people with feet. No major end product with the crosses, but at least he was certain times finding players.
Hold on here. Hold on here. We're not 100%. Talking about a midfielder here. We're talking about our number 9. 100%. And our number 9 was dropping deep, getting the ball, and almost finding players. And now the question I want to ask you is, as our number 9, at what point, many times he's played all right. How many times was he in the final third or in a goal-scoring position to do what he's actually paid to do, which is to score goals?
I know, and I actually thought the way that he played was tactical today, because of how Atalanta play man to man. Did you not notice that, or even Salah was sometimes way over on the left? They were trying to move them about to create openings. I noticed that today. They was running all over the place today to try and create openings, because they were doing that man to man thing. No, you can't just be standing there in between the two goalposts, bro.
I know that, but then again, he's a forward. His movement was everywhere but the penalty box. And it wasn't.
If I move from there, then that's for you to then go in there. That's the whole point, because I've taken someone with me now. So that's for you to now make the run in there.
Right, but then if you're forward, but then as a forward, he's either got to run in behind to try and unsettle them. Okay, if you keep going in, if you keep dropping back, then you become predictable. Now you're in front of a back four, which you say, you know what, you get the ball there, I'm happy with you there. How many times did he actually get the ball in behind? And unsettled the back. If he's a man-to-man, how many times did he unsettle the two centre halves in regards to they're going to break and one of them has to go in behind with him because he's made that run in behind? He dropped in. Two centre halves have gone, thank you very much. You stay there, because any runners coming, we can see them coming. So with his movement, maybe as clever it wasn't so clever. It was predictable. And in actual fact, he took the emphasis away from the attack, and then we became tippy tappy. And all of a sudden, they've now got players behind the ball, and we're now going from side to side again.
Yeah,
I feel conflicted. So I'm wanting to agree with Preds because I just want to just cuss these man, innit? Because they're just pissing me off. So like anyone getting cussed, I'm like team cuss, like drill them. But I think I'm going to lean towards Artie a little bit, Prez. I think you're being a little bit harsh, and I feel even guilty about defending Cody, the jackass. I feel even guilty about this. But I do think, in terms of what he was meant to do, I think he did it well. First half.
Yeah, first half. Yeah.
Second half, I agree, completely ineffective. But
yeah,
I think he did okay. Just
okay, he's not good enough though.
All right.
It's just true. Right. It's true. Right. It's true, Fritz. It's true.
Right.
Like you're blatantly correct on that one.
Here's another one for you. Next player we're going to discuss, and quickly, gents, we're going to do this quickly before we shut down, is Curtis Jones. What does he actually do?
I'll pass it over to you.
What does he actually do? And here's one for you. I'm gonna say, because I know Dr. Blake knows about this as well. Does he not remind you of Emre Can? Love to feel up the ball for long.
Yeah, I'm like, release that ball, bruv. Release
Jesus
it. And then, you know what I mean? Like, too many. It's like I almost feel like he wants to show the skill that he has, which I think he's a pretty skillful player. Don't get me wrong.
Oh, he is.
He's skillful. But come on, man. You know what I mean? There's a time and a place. And, you know, that pass could have gone 10 seconds ago. Like, there's no need for you to be running around and you're being boxed in by however many players and so on. So, yeah, for me, yeah, again, he was great earlier on in the season. He had that run, but yeah, we are being. But yeah, you know, right now it's their time, man. They need to step up.
Man. No, we're being real, man. We're being real.
But yeah, you know, end product again. It's just lacking, man. A bit of game intelligence.
Doctor, Curtis Jones.
Yeah, listen, man. Curtis is my guy still. I'm not gonna lie. Like I do like Curtis.
With the backup dancer, yeah.
Nah. I think Curtis had a really good season. He's been unlucky with injuries and obviously the sending off against Tottenham. But I think in general, he's been one of our better midfielders. And I think he's a key reason as to why we've had the season that we've had. I do agree with what people have said today and Creds as well, because I think what Jones does for us is he gives us control, right? He stops the game from becoming a basketball game because he keeps the ball. And I think naturally that plays to our tactics. Whereas I feel like today, if we're trying to move them around quickly and release the ball quickly, that's not what he excels at all. If we were trying to build from the back, move them around and pin them in, he's very good at that. But I felt like we were trying to create situations for quick transitions. And yeah, as much as I do rate Jones, that's not what he's particularly good at. So you could argue, was he the right fit for today? The flip side to that, though, is he's one of our most athletically gifted midfielders, and they were dominating us physically. So if Curtis isn't playing and you're playing someone else in there who might the ball a bit quickly, say like Elliot, then we get dominated physically. So I'll go back to last time I ran recruitment again.
Yeah.
This was a game for Kefram Choram. Power, dynamism, carry the ball. But for some reason, we signed another
Curtis Jones is just doing too much at the moment for me, man. Play the game simple, release the ball, man. You know what I mean? Like, you don't need 4, 5, 6 touches. 2, let it go. You know what I mean? 2, 3 touch, let it go. You got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You're killing the game. You are killing the game. And if someone has made a run, they're now standing offside because you've held the ball too long. You have to come back and start all over again. Players have now run 15, 20 yards to get back into position. So now, whereas they had 6 players behind the ball, they've now got 10. You just killed everything, bro. Oh man, no, you didn't. No, you didn't. No, you didn't. It's a light skin, Esky.
How dare you? How dare you? That was the football podcast.
Wow.
Liberties.
I'm pointing the finger as well.
We missed signing Issa. Yeah. Listen.
Okay. I forgive you on that one.
Okay.
I've been saying it.
Right. So
recruitment. Isak cost less than Darwin. We could have signed him.
Before we go and wrap up, weekend coming, Liverpool, Fulham. I need your predictions before we wrap up.
We're away, innit?
We're away for the next 3 games, aren't we?
Yeah.
So, yeah.
I think we've only got 1 home game left.
Anyway, as I said, predictions before we wrap up quickly. Fulham, Liverpool.
Well, I've got to be honest. Look, let's be chipper. Let's be positive. All right, we've got to get a win, regardless of it. So I'm going for a Liverpool win. And I'm going for a Liverpool 3-1 win.
3-1. Okay. Creds?
I'm gonna go with a 1-0 to us.
1-0. Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
it might.
what you're saying? 2 clean sheets in a row, yeah? Outside, all right. Doctor?
Something.
I'm going to say 3-1 because I like that score line, but if the truth be told, I have no fucking idea. None. Absolutely none. Seriously. I don't know what I'm going to get with this team right now. Absolutely nothing. But I'm going to say 3-1, but mate, if we turn back last week and miss it, and you're saying, boy, lads, so let's start from last weekend and Fulham 3, Liverpool 2. Like, I don't think I'd be surprised. So,
all right.
Yeah.
Thank you very much, gentlemen. I must say thank you very much, all those who joined in the chat room. Do remember, we will be back next week. Same time, same place, each and every week, man. It's all about Thursday night at 10 o'clock. Tell a friend to tell a friend. It's all about cop talk, yeah? Best place to be, man, on a Thursday night. We keep it real here, man. Win, lose, or draw. We're here. Keep it real. And Creds, don't go nowhere, man. Stay right there.